So there was a huge heated argument that happened between Mary Cosby and Lisa Barlow from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and it involved Lisa's 12-year-old son. Now we have Evan Reel. He's our senior TV reporter here at Page Six. Break down all of this drama for us, please.
Yeah, so Mary Cosby, she allegedly called Lisa Barlow's 12-year-old son Henry the R word during an argument that broke out amid production for season five because season five of Salt Lake City is currently filming. And yeah, this happened about a month ago. And, one insider is telling us that this remark, this very offensive remark, was made during what they call like a crazy fight between the women, and that the rest of the cast, so Heather Gay, Angie K, Meredith Marks, Whitney Rose, they were all pretty perturbed by Mary's alleged use of this slur that is so harmful to a very specific community. The entire cast was beyond grossed out, is what a source is telling us. But the interesting thing, Astra, is that the ladies are currently filming a cast trip in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico,
Right, I
and
heard that. Did they put the dispute behind them now?
yeah, so another source told us that they put it all behind them, Mary and Lisa, and that they have made a choice to move on and just, I guess, let the drama be water under the bridge. It seems like such an alarming thing to say about someone, like saying the R word is like pretty crazy, especially when it comes to the things that we've seen on Housewives, calling someone's child the R word allegedly. That's like just insane. So I'm surprised that they've been able to, push it behind them, because I feel like something like this would take a while for Real Housewives to unpack and recover from.
I agree, because when you involve the kids, it's like it's one thing if it's one-on-one, but when it's the kids are involved, that's a whole other ball game.
Right. And that's the thing that housewives say season after season. Kids and husbands are off limits. And, in my opinion, as a viewer and someone who doesn't have a kid, I would imagine that like husbands are off limits, but like kids are like off limits. So, I was shocked and surprised to hear this information. Like when the news came to me, I almost couldn't believe it. So I had to keep digging. And then once I found out that it was actually a thing, I I felt for the whole Housewives fandom community, especially the part that was excited to have Mary back on Salt Lake City, because she rejoined the show last year as a friend of the cast. She took season three off, but people were really excited to see her return. And of course, like Mary has those one-liners and those quirky, kooky comments that really do make for great TV. So it's unfortunate that this situation will likely tarnish her legacy in the Housewives universe.
But isn't this true that Mary has said off-color things in the past as well?
Yeah, so that's the thing too. A lot of the feedback that I've been seeing online from viewers of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is this really isn't a surprise, because she has said honestly like very racially charged things towards several of her cast members. In season two, she called Jen Shaw a Mexican thug. Jen Shaw is not Mexican. She is of Hawaiian and Tongan descent. So it was a jibe at Jen and also a jibe at the Mexican community. Mary did eventually apologize for that comment, but then season two, again, she said something about Jenny Yen's slanted eyes. Those that she said that she liked her slanted eyes, and then she was called out for it. And rather than saying sorry, she doubled down, insisting that she loved Jenny's eyes, and didn't mean it as a cruel comment of any sort. Rather, she meant it as a compliment. But I don't know. That seems like a really interesting perspective.
I mean, after all of these situations, I kind of hope that Mary's going to learn her lesson and kind of like zip it, hopefully, moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, look, you would think that maybe this would be the one to finally teach Mary a lesson, but she's had so many instances in the past that she hasn't learned from. So it'll be interesting to see how and if this plays out on the show, because it's still unclear if this drama will play out on camera when Salt Lake City returns to Bravo. It would be pretty hard, I would imagine, to completely ignore it if it has created such chaos within the Salt Lake City group. However, leaning into this kind of drama on the show about the R word. It feels like it could potentially be very dark. And Salt Lake City has had pretty dark seasons consecutively. We had like Jen Shaw defrauding elders. We had the reality Von Teese situation. Like a lot of really dark things have happened on the show. And so this just feels like the cherry on top no one asked for. So I wonder if they'll just like if we'll get the Sunday of no cherry.
Well, of course, we will be keeping everyone posted right here at page6.com. Thank you so much, Evan.